Hello, everyone. Whoop, whoop. We are here and we're ready to have you coming to us very, very soon for Brandon Mastery 2026. Now, welcome to Head Coach Laura. Give us a wave. And Lauren, our incredible coach, Lauren from Gemini Creative. I will intro them in just a sec, but first and foremost, we're here today with a really quick video just to get you prepared to make the absolute most out of Brandon Mastery. Because we are going to have you for 2 days and we want you to get the absolute maximum out of it. Because we all know if we have an incredible brand, we are going to be making more money, and it's really important that we get this stuff right. So there's going to be a lot of learning. Laura's going to go through that within us in just a second, but just a couple of housekeeping things that I wanted to run through with you first of all before we start. So number one, when you are coming to Brandon Mastery, we expect you all in on this event. We want you to walk away with results out of it. So that doesn't mean having camera off and dusting in the background, doing your dishes. This isn't the time to do that. Set the time in your calendar now. Do not allow interruptions. Put your phone on silent. There is nothing more important in this time to actually lock your head in the zone, because if you do that work now, that will push you forward so much faster in your business. So lock it into your calendar and avoid any interruptions where possible. We know that some of you will be dropping off children on the way. So the event starts on the 24th. It's on the 24th and the 25th of March. And it will start at 9 o'clock sharp in the morning and go till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we know that some of you might still be dropping off kids at school and that sort of thing. If you have to log on in the morning from a phone or whatever, just make sure that you can access a laptop as quickly as possible and then log in there as soon as you can. Because again, we will be doing a lot of work where we will need you to be on a laptop and be fully present so that you can make the absolute most out of it. Now, the Zoom link is in your calendar invite. It is also in the portal. So you will be able to just jump onto the Zoom link and access the room. So just make sure that you have got that in there, but it is there available to you now. Like I said, we're starting 9 o'clock sharp. Just make sure you're there, you're present, you've got everything that you need. So because we're jam packing so much into this event, there's going to be quite a short amount of time for breaks in between. Obviously, we're going to let you go to the toilet. Don't stress, because I know that I need to go regularly. But make sure you've got a drink, snacks, all the things that you think you're going to need there, ready to go. We don't want you going cooking lunch halfway through and that sort of thing. Just make sure you're prepared and you've got enough stuff right at the side of you so that you have got food, because again, I need snacks every 5 minutes. Again, very interactive. We expect you to have questions. We are here. We've got a whole support team here to answer your questions throughout. We are going to be manning the chat and making sure that you get the answers that you need as part of this event. So make sure that you are actually showing up and being interactive. And something pretty cool that is coming is that we are going to be giving away a prize to the person that is the most interactive throughout Brandon Mastery. So it's a pretty cool prize as well, isn't it? Not allowed to tell. Secret. So again, just make sure that you are interactive, because A, you want to get stuff out of it. B, you want to let everyone know who you are so that you can make more connections. But C, you might actually get prize as well. This is not a replay sitch, guys. You're not going to sit, let's just be honest, no one is sitting and watching a 2-day replay. I cannot think of anyone that would actually do that. Would you do that, Lauren? I wouldn't do that, Laura. No, we wouldn't. It's not a replay situation. Show up, be there, because if you say, I'm going to watch it, you're not going to watch it, then you're not going to get the learning. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to push you forward in business as quickly as possible. The only way you're going to get to do that is if you actually show up and be present over the 2 days. Let me just make sure I have covered everything off. Oh, Facebook chat. Yes, we have got that open now for you guys. So everyone as part of Brandon Mastery now has access to a Facebook chat group, which has got all of our attendees in there. make sure you jump in, drop in your connections. There's so many great connections that are made within this community. So make sure you pop in your details there now, your handles and all the things. Get active, get to know everyone, and you'll be able to use that throughout. When we're dropping links, when we're sharing things throughout the 2 days, we'll be writing it in that chat. So just make sure you get on and join that now. I think I've covered majority of the bits and pieces of for housekeeping now. So I am going to head over to Laura. But before I do, I have to absolutely do a very warm welcome to someone that's super, super special. And we are so excited to have her here as part of Branding Mastery 2026. It is Coach Lauren. She is the branding queen. Queen. Like, since we have met Lauren, Lauren has redone the My Mummy branding. She has done the Leading Her Way branding for our podcast. She has done our own personal branding for both mine and Laura's personal brands. We love everything about what she does because everything she does is not boring and plain. It's out there and it's out to get noticed, which is why she is here. She's also done so many of the My Mummy community members' brands and completely transformed them from boring brands that aren't getting paid to brands that are actually got the most incredible brands now that are actually gone out and made money. And for us personally, since that we changed our branding, we're making more money. We're making more money every day because we are actually showing up as the brand that we wanted to be. And we just didn't have the right vision. We had the feelers for what we wanted, but we didn't know how to bring that to life. So Lauren is here with us today and tomorrow. Sorry, not today and tomorrow. For the 2 days, she's going to be here throughout Branding Mastery to support us. She's going to be doing coaching throughout, and she will also be here to answer your questions. So the biggest thing that I can say to you is use her while she's here. Get the most out of having a branding queen and expert as part of these days, because you will really get the value out of it. But now I head over to head coach Lauren. She's going to tell us a little bit more about Branding Mastery and what's to come.
Yay! Okay, before I jump into the content, I just want to quickly touch on the times, because Emma thinks everybody lives in the same time zone because Emma lives in her own bubble. So the times for Branding Mastery, because we're in daylight savings at the moment, 9 till 2 daylight savings. So if you are in Queensland, that is going to be earlier. And obviously, if you are in WA or somewhere else, and you need to just look that up. So there's a really great time zone calculator that you can put in. It's Australian Eastern Daylight Savings is the time that we're currently going to be operating, 9 till 2. And I just jumped that in because, you know, Emma just lives in Melbourne land and everybody's in Melbourne time. Hey, Em.
I am.
Okay, let's chat about what is involved in Branding Mastery. So Branding Mastery has evolved over the years, and this is probably the one that I am most excited to bring to you. So it's our first one where we're online only, and the content that we've put is just so elevated. I'm so excited. Me and Lauren have been working so hard on this behind the scenes to make sure that we are bringing you the latest and an elevated version of looking at your brand. This is so much more than just logos, fonts, and colors. Okay, if that's what you came for, you're going to be bitterly disappointed. Like in the past, I think our very first Branding Mastery, we went through a color wheel and we were talking about colors and feel like, no, okay, we're talking so much deeper than that now. I'll give you some ideas on some of the topics that we're going to be covering. So we're going to be looking at your why. So looking at the identity and belief behind your brand. We're going to be looking at what your brand currently says about you. We're going to be looking at how to build a cult brand, which is one of my favorite topics. And we're going to be looking at how to win your client's heart. So we're going to look at the difference between the limbic brain and the rational brain. We're going to be going through archetypes and personalities and really building an identity and key messaging for your brand. You can probably hear, sorry, the birds in the background. I can never film anything without birds in the background because it's really noisy where I live. We're going to be looking at how to embody your brand. We're going to be looking at how to build credibility and how to build your own personal brand. And we're going to show you how to build consistency in your brand so you actually get recognized. Okay, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. But like these topics are going to completely change your business. And not just so that you can step into the identity of your brand, but so you can make more money. Because I guarantee you, your brand is capping your income. Your brand will always cap your income, by the way, no matter how great it is, because it will always place a cap. So it is something you always need to go back to. And it doesn't mean that you always have to reinvest in a brand kit. In your early days, you do. You need to update your brand kit a lot as you really discover who you are. When you get a bit more established, you can invest in a great designer with a company like Lauren's, and you can build a brand that will last you 5 years, maybe 10 years. But you still need to go back and look at the why. You still need to come back to, who am I serving? Why am I serving them? And for what purpose? Because if you are not super clear on that, nor your clients. Okay, if you can't tell me precisely who you are in one sentence and I get you, or if you can't show me who you are with one photo and I don't get you, your brand isn't doing its job. So that's what we're going to be looking at in Branding Mastery. And everybody's going to get to find out what the bow and arrow is for. So I don't know if you've been following on socials, but I've asked Emma to buy a bow and arrow. She has no idea why. Lauren has no idea why. At the moment, this is top secret information. And you'll have to show up. You're going to have to show up to find out what the bow and arrow is all about. For those of you that are absolutely in love with doing your research and getting in and doing the thing when it comes to showing up for events, if you really want to do any extra work for this, I know Lauren's going to give you some pre-work, but I'm going to give you some suggested reading. 2 really great books around branding and marketing. Branding first, I would start with Your Why by Simon Sinek. That is a really great book to read before Branding Mastery if you can. We will touch on some of the key points, the book in Branding Mastery, but if you've got time, throw it on Audible, buy the book before the event. And the other book that I really love, it's more about marketing, but it definitely goes into branding as well, is Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett. That's another really great book to realize, like, how are you going to stand out? How are you going to be different? How are you going to stand the test of time? So that's it from me. I'm super excited to see you in just over a month's time. This mastery is going to blow all of the other masteries out of the water. We've really built something quite special, and I look forward to sharing it with you soon. Over to an incredible sponsor, Lauren, from Gemini Creative, and she is going to give you some pre-work so that you can get the most out of this boot camp.
Yes, thank you. So just really quickly from me, guys, as Laura just said, I am going to be sending some pre-work to complete before you show up live on the day, as well as a survey for you to send to your clients. This is just so you can gather some insight of your brand before diving deep into that 2-day workshop. This is just so you're crystal clear on your goals and you're fired up and you're ready to actually learn. As Laura said, this is not about colors and like fonts and stuff. This is deep strategy work, and you're going to leave feeling completely new and completely refreshed about your brand. And I'm so freaking excited to like come together and show you everything, because Laura and I have been working so hard in the back end to make the content creme de la creme.
Love it. So excited. So the links to everything that Lauren has asked you to do in the homework will be dropped in so that you can access them in the portal. And yeah, other than that, we just can't wait to see you. We can't wait to see what Branding Mastery brings for you and the incredible work that you're going to see on the other side. So thanks for showing up today. Thanks for spending the time to watch us on this pre-work video and just learn a little bit more of what's to come. And we will see you all very soon.
Bye.